Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. For today's video, we're going to be taking an in-depth look into the 2017 Nissan Rogue Hybrid. I'm also going to talk extensively about the non-hybrid and break it down into 5 main topics, including styling, performance, fuel economy, interior space, pricing, and a general features overview. Of course, I'll take it on a thorough drive and show you many of the unique aspects throughout the interior as well as exterior. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on in, start her up, and let her run. Along with Nissan's intelligent key system, push-button ignition is also standard. Just keep the key fob in your pocket, put your foot on the brake, and then hit the dash-mounted button to go. For the 2017 model year, Nissan has given the second generation Rogue a thorough refreshing that includes updated styling, an all-new hybrid offering, and a number of structural refinements. With the segment that's becoming more and more competitive as the years pass, it can seem pretty overwhelming when you consider the many crossover offerings currently on sale. At the end of the day, it's all about personal preference, but the Rogue continues to stand out with its comfortable road manners and spacious interior. While still technically referred to as a compact crossover, the Rogue grew in size back in 2014, making it longer, wider, and taller than its predecessor. This allowed for a more efficiently packaged interior that yielded even more passenger space, especially for the rear seat. The opening angle for the rear doors were also increased to 77 degrees, making it easier to climb in. For greater flexibility, depending on the trim level, you can opt for a third row seat that allows for 7 passenger seating. Non-hybrid 2017 Rogues are offered in 3 trim levels, S, SV, and SL. They're primarily set apart by standard equipment, creature comforts, upholstery, and styling touches. The hybrid is only offered in SV or SL trims. Regardless of the powertrain, the SV is the value leader, offering just the right amount of premium amenities without breaking the bank. Styling changes for 2017 include new front and rear fascias with new headlamps, fog lamps, and tail lamps, as well as new door side moldings and new wheel styles. The aggressive lower cladding, rear spoiler, and flared wheel arches add a touch of sportiness. A number of body structure refinements also help reduce road, wind, and mechanical noise over last year's model. These include the fitment of additional damping and sound absorption materials in areas of the floor and body pillars to thicker seals, 33% thicker rear door glass, and more. The fluidic sculpture and exterior brightwork, especially with the SL, gives it a more upscale appearance. Optional roof rail crossbars expand utility even more. Coefficient of drag, now rated at 0.33, is about 10% lower than the first generation to reduce wind turbulence over, under, and around the vehicle to lead to a quieter interior. LED accented halogen headlamps are standard on the S and SV, along with partial LED taillamps, while full LED headlamps are standard on the SL. Depending on the trim level, fog lamps and turn signal side view mirrors are available. Pricing for the 2017 non-hybrid Rogue before options and a $940 destination fee ranges between $23,820 for a front-wheel drive S and $31,310 for an all-wheel drive SL. The hybrid ranges between $26,240 for a front-wheel drive SV and $32,510 for an all-wheel drive SL. Our tester stickers for $33,620. With each trim level of the Rogue comes a different set of wheels. On the S, you'll find steel wheels with covers, while the SV upgrades to aluminum alloys. Both measure 17 by 7 inches. Enhancing the look for the SL, as shown here, is a set of 18 by 7 inch wheels that combine a polished face with black painted pockets. They're wrapped in 225/60 all-season tires. 19 by 7 inch wheels are optional with the SL Platinum package. In the S and SV, if you opt for the third row seat, run-flat tires are automatically added since the spare tire must be deleted. All Rogues feature 4-wheel internally ventilated disc brakes that provide smooth and confident stopping power with 4-channel ABS, brake assist, and electronic brake force distribution. In fact, it's able to come to a complete stop from 60 miles an hour in about 117 feet. Direction is provided by rack and pinion steering with electric power assistance. The level of assistance is speed dependent, therefore making it easier to maneuver at low speeds and more precise at higher speeds. The overall ratio is fixed at 17:1 and it takes 3.1 turns to lock. The turning circle is measured at 37.6 feet. Underneath, there's a fully independent suspension consisting of struts in front and a multi-link rear with twin-tube shocks and coil springs. Overall, the Rogue delivers very refined road manners for its class, especially when it comes to day-to-day activities and long-distance travels. The suspension does a great job isolating the cabin from various road imperfections for a pleasingly supple ride. Of course, that comes at the expense of sharper handling, which is okay because there's a handful of sportier alternatives out there if that's more your cup of tea. However, if comfort is a main priority, the Rogue should be at the top of your list. This becomes more apparent when you climb in and have a seat, but I'll touch on that more in just a moment. As I mentioned earlier, the Rogue lineup expanded for 2017 by offering an all-new gasoline-electric hybrid powertrain that combines a 2-liter direct-injected 4-cylinder with a 30-kilowatt electric motor and a compact 202-volt lithium-ion battery pack. Together, the system develops 176 horsepower, which should allow the Rogue to accelerate to 60 miles per hour in about 9 seconds. The non-hybrid continues to be powered by a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder that develops 170 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 175 pound-feet of torque at 4,400 RPM. From a performance standpoint, both models feel very similar in terms of acceleration and overall response, which is definitely a good thing. Where the real differences lies fuel economy, as the hybrid returns an average of 34 miles per gallon while the non-hybrid returns 29 miles per gallon. Those numbers are for front-wheel drive models, as all-wheel drive models return 33 miles per gallon and 28 miles per gallon respectively. The Rogue Hybrid also includes an auto start-stop feature and an intelligent regenerative braking system. Sending power to the ground is Nissan's Xtronic continuously variable transmission, which features both sport and eco modes. Unlike conventional automatics, a CVT doesn't have fixed ratios. They're variable, so the transmission is always in the right gearing at the right time for quicker response and reduced lag when more power is needed. Xtronic is a perfect example of a well-designed CVT. It's smooth and surprisingly quiet with no annoying drone, combining consistent RPM low-speed acceleration with D-step shifting logic that gives the impression of rapid gear changes during hard acceleration. When the hybrid is on battery power, it also sounds an audible chime to let pedestrians know the vehicle is in motion. In addition to hill start assist, all Rogues benefit from a brake-based torque vectoring system to boost traction and control if a low grip situation presents itself. In a nutshell, it mimics the actions of a limited slip differential, either at the front or the front and the rear depending on your drivetrain choice. By selectively braking a spinning wheel, it's able to direct power to the wheel with the most traction. The Rogue's interior is very welcoming, especially in SV and SL grades. Considering the price, I was very impressed by the level of quality shown throughout. Everything feels solid and well put together. The doors close with a soft thud and there's an appreciable amount of sound deadening to keep things quiet out on the road. The majority of surfaces are finished in supple padding or soft touch materials. A handful of revisions were introduced for 2017 that work to create a more premium environment. This is further expanded by a new Platinum Reserve interior package that's available for the Rogue SL. With it, unique tan leather is added with black accents and special quilted inserts. Important revisions include a new flat-bottom steering wheel, new door and instrument panel finishers, a new shift knob design, and new seat fabric. The center console and console lid were also updated. The front seats feature Nissan's zero-gravity design with a seemingly perfect blend between padding and overall support. In fact, they're some of the most comfortable seats you'll find in this segment. A 6-way adjustable driver's seat is standard, along with a 4-way adjustable passenger seat. On the SV and SL, the driver's seat is powered and includes lumbar. Other available features include heated seats, a heated steering wheel, memory for the driver's seat and mirrors, and remote engine start. Another hallmark of the Rogue is its intuitive and well laid out dashboard. All the essentials are well within reach, including the infotainment features, the climate controls, and more. All Rogues come standard with an AM/FM radio with Sirius XM satellite radio and a CD player. in addition to USB, auxiliary, and hands-free Bluetooth connectivity. As discussed before, the SV's 6-speaker audio system is a significant upgrade over the base 4-speaker setup in the Rogue S, but the optional 9-speaker Bose system, standard on the SL, is the way to go if you're a true audiophile. Also standard on the SL and optional on the SV Premium package is the Nissan Connect infotainment system, which combines navigation, smartphone integration, and a round-view camera system and a suite of mobile apps. It too has seen some updates recently to improve ease of use and general responsiveness. One thing is for sure, there's no shortage of interior space. As I mentioned, a third row seat is available for the Rogue S and SV, expanding the passenger hauling ability from 5 to 7 people. Storage space is abundant. Along with door pockets, there's plenty of center console space and a generous glove box. Occupants are protected by dual-stage front airbags, front seat-mounted side airbags, and roof-mounted curtain airbags. Available safety and driver assistance features include intelligent cruise control, forward emergency braking with pedestrian detection, blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning, lane departure prevention, and rear cross traffic alert. Alright, so let's go ahead and shut her down. Now we'll hop in the back seat and check out overall space and amenities. When I reviewed the 2015 Rogue, I talked about how much interior space there was because, honestly, this is a really good choice if you're going to be carrying around a lot of taller people because it's very accommodating back here. I'm 5'10", and with an ideal seating position for myself in front, I probably have about 4.5 inches or so of leg space and maybe 3.5–4 inches of head space. It's also really comfortable. I personally prefer the super soft cloth like velour type material that you get in the SV, but the leather is really nice too. I actually feel like this back seat has a bit more lateral support, there's excellent lower back support, and good padding all the way around. There's also 3 adjustable headrests, and in the middle, a fold-down armrest with 2 cup holders. While the regular Rogue and hybrid Rogue are pretty much identical from a design standpoint, there's one major difference within the interior, and that lies with the back seat. In the regular Rogue, like we have here, it's fully adjustable. There's a grab bar down below here where you can slide the seat back and forth, and there's a little handle up here where you can adjust the angle of the backrest. So you can have it more vertical if you prefer, or lean it back all the way if you wanted to kick back and relax on a longer trip. The other big difference is how the back seat folds down. In the hybrid, it's a standard 40-60 split, but in the regular Rogue, it's a 40-20-40. So you can fold down the middle portion and have 2 cup holders and something to rest your arm on. If you needed to stow some longer items through the trunk, you can also do that. Otherwise, there's 3 adjustable headrests, you can still seat up to 5 people, and like I said up front, it's very comfortable. So now let's go ahead and hop back out and we'll go over trunk space. The SL comes standard with a powered liftgate with a motion-activated feature. If your arms are full, you simply walk up to it, kick your foot underneath the rear fascia, and it'll open automatically. It can even be fully controlled via the key fob. This is also optional on the SV. When equipped at the third row seat, you have 9.4 cubic feet of stowage with them raised. Fold them down and it expands to 32 cubic feet behind the middle row. However, with everything folded down, space climbs substantially to 61.4 cubic feet in the hybrid and 70 cubic feet in the non-hybrid. The total space is aided by the ability to recline the front passenger seat flat, allowing for the stowage of an 8-foot ladder, for example. Along with storage space underneath the trunk floor, there's cargo tie-downs and a 12-volt power outlet. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed the in-depth look at the 2017 Nissan Rogue Hybrid. Be sure to stay tuned next time, subscribe today, there's always a lot more where that came from. Take care everyone.